It's Win Saldani. Welcome to the first video of the 2017 Chicago Yacht Club Race to Mackinac. I like to do a quick overview of the tracker for those of us who have not maybe used the tracker before. It's a great tool. I'm going to show you how I get to it. You get to it via an app if you're on a mobile device. If you need help on finding that app or what to do when you're in that app, just drop me a line here on Facebook and I'll walk you through it. It's pretty easy stuff. I get to it usually by going CYCRacetoMackinac.com. You see the URL up here, the homepage for the race. I go to race tracking and click on race tracker. I've already done that so that we're kind of ahead of the game here a little bit. And I've already gone through and I've clicked over here. There's something called the class filter on the class filter and got myself just down to the cruising fleet that's off and racing right now. Now, one thing that you're going to want to do probably is zoom, and there's a lot of ways to zoom. You can zoom in by clicking here on that button. You want to redraw. You can zoom here to the race area. That would be the whole lake. To manual area, I like to do a lot. So you click on that, and then you paint a square, and boom. You'll see, again, on the iPad or iPhone or Android app, it's the same functionality. You're just going to kind of be doing a lot more pinching and dragging and stuff like that. So you'll be able to zoom. That's important. And the other thing that's kind of fun and new is the winds. So we've got sort of model-generated winds of a couple different varieties. You might see me playing with them as we go on here. But so this is kind of the current wind that we're seeing the cruising fleet off in. And I'll talk in a later video about what's going on with the cruising fleet and the strategy and tactics and all that stuff. There's some other options over here for turning this red course line on and off. I wouldn't mess with that. There's later in the race you might like this one. This turns tracks on and off, so you don't have a whole mess of tracks around the race course. And then the other key functionalities that you'll probably want to use are the so you can click on Teams over here. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go. Let's close the class filter. And let's say I wanted to search for, I happen to know a boat in the cruising division is Intangible, if I spell it correctly. So I can get to Intangible by do a search over here, right? And that's a great way to get to an individual boat if you want to get to an individual boat. So, and then you can click this little star over here, and they become one of your favorites. And then you remember in the class filter here you were showing, you can click on My Favorites if you want to do that. So that's a fun little thing to do also. If you want to filter on particular sections, as I said, that all happens right here. We'll talk more about that later on as I go through the sections and divisions. When you have a boat lit up here, let me unfilter on Intangible. So we got the whole cruising fleet back in. I'm going to zoom in a little just by clicking now. I'm zooming in, right? I can sort of get over a boat, and if I just kind of hover over it, it's going to tell me the speed. It's going to tell me about the skipper. It's going to tell me about the position. Be sure to pay attention to this right here. This is the time that the ping took place. So this one happened at 4:30 Central Time. All the trackers are pinging every 15 minutes, and automatically every 15 minutes the boats are going to move on your screen. But occasionally we'll have a boat miss a ping. We had that with a boat called Elixir earlier already in the race, and so you need to pay attention to the timing of the ping. And it gives you a real nice feel for what's going on in terms of individual boats and things about individual boats. So it's pretty fun to see a picture of the boat also. You can see the hand 63 there. Click on that and look at that. Woo. Yeah, it's a nice picture, right? Infinite Diversion is one of the boats with a good chance to win this division, the line honors. So we'll be talking about them, I'm sure. The last thing I want to go through here is the playback. I've got speed control for playback. If I want to review the race, I'm going to turn that way up, and then I can kind of go backwards in time. Ooh, here, let's see. It takes a second to load sometimes, right? And the map's sort of taking some time to draw, but I'll hit the play button here, and you can see right, there go the boats. And you can play with the speed and make that faster or slower and so forth. It's pretty fun if you want to play back sections of the race, and we'll be doing that as we go on too, just to look at the strategy that we've taken on here. Different boats have taken on. So that's the tracker in a nutshell. And you're going to see me using it an awful lot. If you have any problems with it, any problems getting to it, anything, drop me a line on Facebook. I'm watching as much as I can, guys, and I look forward to talking to you all. Thanks. Bye.